Yo, everybody, welcome back to another video today. Hello, everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's ASM today. Hello, everybody, welcome back to another video.
Why are you whispering? Psst. Why are you whispering? Why?
ASMR.
Why? But why? But why?
Huh?
But why?
I don't know. Alright.
Why?
We're gonna get bodied at retail, bro. Huh? Nerd with cars. I don't know. Alright. Naz, Polar, Tweetbird, and I read DMs. I read your DMs. What? Yes. Would you guys like some music or no? I read.
Please stop. Please no.
Okay. Would you guys like some music?
I can hear your voice coming through whatever you're listening to, because I can also now hear my voice. Jesus Christ, I sound so fucking Jewish. I can hear your voice. Because I can also now hear my voice. Jesus Christ, I sound so fucking Jewish.
Okay, just land at my house.
This is my house. I pay all the mortgage. You just fucking...
What do you mean? I was gonna land here, brother.
Yeah, I pay the mortgage. You just hang out.
Ah, there's zombies. Get me inside, get me inside.
My house.
Thank you for your... I don't want you guys here. You need a gun? Thank you for your... I'm not. Tweetbird, you haven't even landed? Like, brother. You need a gun? To this house. You're not going. It's my house. Tweetbird, you haven't even landed? I love pistols. They're the best guns ever. Got an AR for somebody? Oh my god! Dude, this son of a bee. Oh my god! Dude, this kid's not even good. This kid's a camper. You got this. No, you don't. You don't even have any ammo. Oh, never mind. You've been gifted. You got this. Yeet. Oh, never mind. Oh my. We're all dead. Mom. My mom said she left me for her dad. Wow. Huh? My mom said she left me for her dad.
No, I'm not.
Oh, come on. You gotta hit your shots better, dog. Come on, Potter. You got this.
What does it say? Have you made a video on the PC with these specs? No, I have not made a video with that PC with its specs. It would be the exact same as mine. It would just have 8 gigabytes of RAM. I'm not sure if that's 2x8. I can only tell by the pictures.
What are you saying?
It would be the exact same as mine. It would just have 8 gigabytes. Here, I'll see if I can pull it up. I'm not sure if that's 2x8.
Pull what up? What are you saying?
Here, I'll see if I can pull it up. I'm not sure if that's 2x8.
Pull what up? What are you saying?
Why can't I still hear this kid?
Pull what up?
Why can't I still hear this kid? Oh, it's friggin' my volume talking back. It's not even his. Give me 1 second. I will pull it up on this monitor and then bring it over. Newegg.com, CyberPower PC. It's currently on sale. It's got an i5 9600K. And it is right here. It's currently on sale for $1,150. Let me just drag it over to the other page. Bring it over. There we go. Nope, it's not letting me. Why can't I bring it over? Oh my goodness. Okay, there, I can just hold it over top. This is it. This is pretty much the same thing without having to spend an arm and a leg for it, and the sale is actually quite good. Okay, now go away. Oh, there we go. Drag it back, close it. The cheapest computer that I've tested would be a Ryzen 3 with an RX 570. And I think you can build one of those for, I want to say $500, but there's actually a pre-built from Skytech with a Ryzen 3 1200, 8 gigabytes of RAM, and RX 580 for $600. You know what? I'll do this. Get there. This way they don't have to listen to me. Next question. Okay, so it's an i5 9400T with 2060, and yeah, it would be good. The T series usually aren't so good. They're normally for testing PCs, but it would be just fine. The cheapest pre-built PC I would recommend would probably be the Ryzen 3 1200 from Skytech with a 1050 Ti. Any lower than that, I think you'll basically be throwing your money away. If your budget's 1,000, the Skytech Blaze 2 might be the best bet for you. Well, that didn't turn out so good. Oh, the Cyberpower on 59600F. Yeah, when I bought that Cyberpower with the 1660 Ti, it didn't come with all the proper drives. So I can't say that all of them are going to come with it. I personally just would not buy another one. I don't like the no-name motherboard. I find that's a slap in the face when you're paying almost top dollar for a computer to get a motherboard that pretty much doesn't allow any overclocking and the ability to crossfire, even though you come with a GTX card. I don't know. That's just me personally. If you think it's good, then go for it. Uh, See, that one's tough. Uh, the Skytech one here. Let me just go back to my history. Um, just bear with me for a second. 670. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this one I would definitely recommend as the cheapest build you can possibly get while still being good with the Ryzen 1200 with the availability to overclock in an RX 580. I've used this a similar build in a custom build I made, and it works perfectly fine. Doesn't get seriously high FPS, but it will be good enough to pull up 144 frames for the most part. Oh, I'm a dick. The Blaze 2 would be probably one of the best PCs if all you want is 160 frames on Fortnite without having to play Arm and a Leg by Skytech. It wouldn't necessarily be the most stable 144 FPS without overclocking substantially, and it would be better if you bought an extra stick of RAM of 16 gigabytes rather than 8, but yeah, it would be able to hold a consistent 144 FPS for the most part at least 80% of the time. What? Oh my god, I can't believe I just screwed that up. So easy. Oh, there goes my... Oh, this guy's got it. I believe in you. Alright, so this is boring. There, let me just pull up. Ryzen 3 1200 580. There. the FPS will change a little bit from that link I just posted, but that I've used the Ryzen 3 with an RX 580 before in the past, and it does substantially do pretty good without any overclocking. If you do want it to do better, definitely does need an overclock. The 3.1 that it's standard at isn't very good. The 3.5 game boost is much better, but then an actual straight up overclock to 3.7 would be good. Oh, got a guy with a bassy ass mic.
Anybody got a mic? Anybody?
Oh, he's gonna leave. He's gonna leave. Oh, no. Oh, thank you.
Your mic is so fucking annoying.
Man, his mic's annoying as well. Hypocrite. Jeez. All those guys were hitting for that shotgun. What's the name of that PC? I don't know. And maybe one day in the future I'll buy another cheap PC. I want to wait till some parts that I haven't used start coming out. Pretty much done everything I want to do with a 1060 and an RX 580 and 570. I'll wait for next generation. Like the cheapest PC I have is an RX 580, or sorry, an RX 570 with an i5 7400, 16 gigabytes of RAM that I'm pretty sure is a Dell pre-built. You can buy with the exact same specs. It actually works quite well for the price. No, leaving. Wow, I suck. I just doomed the team single-handedly. Shouldn't have did any of that. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, the maniac. Don't worry, our teammate is nowhere to be found. Okay. It's an RTX 2080 better than a 1060, yes. This person's not gonna save me. There's also no point to buy a monitor that costs more than your graphics card because they're not going to be aligned. You need to at least buy I would say a 2070 to even justify buying a 240 hertz monitor, even though actually it would be more of the processor in lower settings. Yes, it can get 160 consistent with those. Like I can do epic post processing, epic textures, view distance, medium, actually epic.
Gamers?
Medium, effect slow. 165. And once we get into the game, it will just sit at that.
What's up, boys?
See?
Where we headed?
Quickly switch this. I mean, if I could go back in time, I would have bought this graphics card. I would have bought the RX Vega 56 over this for the price. It's much cheaper and just about the exact same graphics card. No, 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 no! One health left. All I need. Yeah. Oh, come on. Teammates got this. Oh, my entire team's already dead. Alright. Yeah, the Vega 56 would have been better. Here, I can do it right now. RTX 2060 versus Vega 56. Vega 56. Alright, so the Vegas 56 versus the RTX 2060, like the one I have, it beats it out at 11%, and it is much cheaper. The general FPS is a little bit worse until you actually do start overclocking. The general score of these two side by side without any overclocking is substantially different, but the fact of the matter is this one is $300, and then the 2060 is, what is it going for now? $350. So you get to save 50 bucks on average. See if there's any cheaper ones, and there's really not. So yeah, you get to save some money and get about the exact same FPS. The difference between a TI and a not TI means that the TI is basically it sort of like a supercharge. So basically means that it's the exact same graphics card for the most part, but it's been basically upgraded in the sense that it can get higher FPS and a faster internal core clock. So if you have a choice between the two, it's better to take TI for the most part. I don't think it could stay consistent at 240, considering my i5 9600 has trouble keeping above 200
Hello?
without having to overclock, which I still need to overclock my CPU. I have yet to do it at all yet. Which is kind of why I bought this card, or sorry, CPU. So I'll try that later today, probably.
Now to defeat this problem, you go ahead and bring this. In you go. Alright, then you come over.
no, 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 got it. How is it not hitting? Goodbye. Ah, running. Nope, 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 no. Aha, I killed the guy apparently. Open the gate! Open the gate! Open the gate! And our teammates not coming to help him either. Oh wow, that guy's so good.
Hello?
Okay, so when you're buying a PC online, you're going to run into the problem that if you do have any problems with the PC, even if it is mechanical or actually broken or not working, you're going to have a hard time returning it. If you buy from Newegg or even, I don't know, even CyberPower's website, you're going to have to go through 3 different corporations to try to return it. One being because one is the manufacturer that actually builds the PC, and then the other one is the distributor and then the packager. From my understanding, when people are trying to return them, like if there is a problem, sometimes you have to contact 3 different companies just to be able to return it. That's how come I like buying from Amazon, because it's only one-stop shop. So if you buy something off Amazon and go to return it, Amazon just takes it back, no questions asked, and then you get your money back within the week. That's how come I kind of like buying from Amazon, strictly on the fact that if there is something wrong with it, Amazon does replace it, but unless there's like a really killer deal going on, I would go somewhere else. Amazon usually doesn't have too many deals on PC parts, or PCs in general. If that answers your question. Actually, I should save this for one of them. Got 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Alright, he's a dumbass. Oh, he was shrinking some anyways. Oh, my frames are actually staying consistent 240 without having to overclock. Oh no, there it goes. 239. Shoot! No. Yoink. Drink. Mine. My mouse is a UTech Smart, which is 12 button mouse with I think it's 164,000 DPI, and then a Corsair K68 mechanical blue cherry. Actually, these might be red. Let me actually, yeah, it's red. I just had to pop one off. Oh boy. That's
There's a mech. Run. Actually, well, if you actually just shoot it from afar, we should probably be fine. If it's distracted on someone else, then shoot the mech. If it's not, then don't.
self-destruct it!
Oh my god! The dude is right next to me and he's not helping. Holy frick, I'm triggered.
God damn it. Maybe one day I could actually get teammates that aren't absolutely terrible. I was on Amazon to find a Cyberpunk 300. CI5, 1000. Yes, it definitely cannot run that. It can run Fortnite on 195 FPS. I don't think so. Like, depending on what settings it's on. Maybe all low. And is it actually at 1080 Ti? Or, actually at 1080? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, definitely not on Epic. I wonder if my FPS did change from the newest update. Real quick. Just let it get into games so I can actually see the real FPS.
Anyone have a mic?
So yeah, it should be able to get 195. Yeah, then you'll be fine. Then your FPS will be over that, for sure. I will mute this kid when I get a second. You know what? I'll make time. So, no. Why does it ask me if I really want to mute him? Like, yes, I didn't go all the way there to not mute this stupid kid. Realization, post-processing effects.
What's up, IK? Yeah?
You wanna go play some basketball at LCE?
I have to go to my birthday party.
Huh?
My birthday party at main event, remember?
Oh, come on.
Or did you invite me or no?
No, it's only with my family, but if you want to come, you can come.
No, this is awkward. This kid's having a birthday and didn't invite his friend.
Wait, can I come though?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah.
Wait, I'll ask my parents for me. That's my parents.
Alright, just
Hey, do you want to play basketball? No, man. It's my fucking birthday. I want to fucking hang out with you. Was I not invited? Duh. Nice. How is your PC? Ah, that's so embarrassing. That's cringy. Am I not invited? I can ask my parents. That's good. still on a debate if I want to sell my i5 7400 RX 570 build. The other part of me would just wants to give the graphics card away to my girlfriend's brother and then take back the because I built him a
Am I on the
PC for
mic?
Christmas. Oh my god, no! Oh jeez Louise, that is so loud. You know what? Not even gonna look who it is. I'll
Hey,
tell you.
somebody entered another portal?
Oh my goodness.
Dang. You sound like.
Yes. They're quiet, peaceful. Jesus. Anyways, I built my girlfriend's brother a PC for Christmas, and I only gave him an R9 380X, which is a 4 gigabyte VRAM. And it is quite nice. It is an okay graphics card, but I think he needs something a little bit stronger, so I was going to give him my RX 570. And then just take back the old card and then throw it in, because I really don't use mine too much. Why would this guy send me a friend request? Like, I've literally shared no words with him whatsoever. I also have him muted, and he's like, yeah, we're gonna be friends. How am I missing these? Ah, fuck it, I'm gonna go help out that guy. How the hell did he know I was there? Ah, such bullshit.
come on, that. Yay, buddy. Ha. Oh. Oh, hello? George, do you have a name?
George.
Nerd? With cars?
George.
No, not YOLO? No. Oh, you get a, oh, you're a wife. Okay.
George.
Okay, buddy. But the same.
George.
I'll change my sensitivity next game.
Go for that chest.
Day,
Going for the
is
chest.
it that day?
Give me the chest.
No.
Oh, this isn't good. Don't do it!
I've never seen anything that great before.
Yellow, help me. Help me, Yellow. Shoot him! Shoot him! You have the shot! Take it!
Buddy, just give me a gun, dude. Like, this game, this game, though. This game.
I like how this guy walked past my card and then didn't pick it up. Well, this guy actually got it. Look at that. Good for him. This asshole went off, staying there with a sniper rifle, watching this guy beat me to death, and he's just like, ah! Just...
Oh, thank you, a gun.
Alright,
Yay!
I don't think I'm getting healed this game.
Yay! Oh, not up there. No,
Oh,
over
there
there.
it is.
Over there. Of course. Isn't it just wonderful? There's nuts. Oh my god. This is aggravating. I'm not. I'm not even gonna push my weapon now.
Alright, this is boring.
What?
It is a lot cheaper to build your own. And it isn't. I can't say that you're not going to run into problems with building it, but you are. You are 100% going to run into problems with building it, from drives not taking on properly and then needing to update everything. But at the end of the day, it's much cheaper to build your own. You can say that you built it on your own. So build it. I think Amazon finally sold out of Ryzen 3 1200s. They were only like $60 for an incredibly long time, but they're still the Ryzen 3 2020 2200. Sorry. It's not fun. It's not fun building a PC at all. I can never say that when I get up, like, oh, I wish I could just build another one today. It's frustrating. I think I've built, in this year, 7 or maybe possibly 8 by now. Like the last one I did for my friend with his Ryzen 2600 and his Vega 56. That wasn't fun. I didn't have fun. Let's do it! You don't get it.
Idiots.
Don't
The
get it.
fuck jumps Viking? Seriously. Fucking goddamn thing there.
You're mad because you're bad?
Got him. God damn it. Dude, guns. Well, at least I got 3 kills. Hold my double chins high. You're mad because you're bad. I think the worst problem that I ran into when I built my first PC, when I was trying to do that video a long time ago, when I first started doing YouTube videos, I tried to build a PC for around the same price as an Xbox One, and I got the Ryzen 3 brand new, and I got the 350 MSI Gamer Pro motherboard, and I got the 770 HD AMD graphics card, just the 2 GB, just to run Fortnite just as good as an Xbox One before they brought out keyboard. And the problem that I ran into, even though it was a first gen CPU with a first gen motherboard, when I put it all in, I had to update the BIOS for some reason, and that sucked and made absolutely no sense to me. I kept starting it up, and then I would get to the Windows screen where it shows the Windows, and then it would just like restart, and it would just constantly keep doing that. And no matter how
Yeah,
much I looked,
the card
I
starts
couldn't
at 10,
figure
so
it
we should
out.
probably leave it about 10, because it'll be like, open.
Stay there, Britt. No, Britt, come here.
No.
Oh.
And then, yeah.
What?
So I had to end up taking it to
Do
a
it.
shop to get
Do it.
them to figure it out because I couldn't figure it out for the life of me.
Oh, yeah.
No, not all that. I still, till this day, don't understand how come I needed to update the BIOS for first gen Ryzen CPU. Like, I'm purposely didn't buy the 2020, or sorry, the 2200G, just for this sheer fact that I didn't want to update it. And I still had to update, so it made me kind of feel dumb for even buying it. Oh, that guy is making it there first, 100%. Oh. Goodbye. This guy's pissed. Never gonna catch me! Never gonna get me! Gonna get this gun, I'm gonna shoot him in the fucking face. Okay, there's another one of those fucking robots outside, so into the ground I go. Worst part is I'm gonna have to go back out the way that I came. Okay, I might be able to actually sneak away from this and just make this a super long game for me. I'm not gonna let him get me. The main thing that concerns me is on PC. It's the FPS that I don't want. The CPU matters mostly on Fortnite over the graphics card. Like you can have a completely doo-doo GPU and have a really good processor and still get 144 frames. Which I was going to test that again with my GTX 670, because that thing is incredibly cheap. It's pretty much just a weaker version of a 1050 Ti for a lot less money. And then try that and see if I can consistently hold a decent FPS. And then more RAM sticks actually increases your FPS quite substantially by splitting the load. It's basically like thinking like one strong guy as 8 gigabytes can do the lift, something that 2 smaller guys can do, but it would be easier for 2 people to hold it less awkwardly is the best way to explain it. So the more RAM sticks you have, even if it's less, it will still be substantially better than just a single. So if you had 16 gigabytes of RAM at 4 sticks, so 4 gigabytes for each, it will be much quicker than 1 stick of 8 or 2 sticks of 8. And then for other games, it's graphics card, like almost 100%, but games that don't use more than, 2 gigabytes of VRAM depend more on your CPU than anything else. But then there's a point where your CPU doesn't do too much, so like, because, Fortnite only uses really 4 cores by 4 threads. Doesn't really use any more than that. So if you try out an i5 7400 and then switch to like an i5 8400, the FPS is almost exactly the same because all you did was you didn't really increase anything that would make Fortnite play better on lower settings, sort of. But then there's a point where if you have an intense increase in speed, then it does. That's how come it's best to just watch. Sorry. So I'll explain it again. So your CPU depends on your low settings. So everything set on low, this would be mostly your CPU. Now, that FPS is CPU FPS, and then on Fortnite, if you switch over to all epic, this is now this load time where it waits there for a second. This is my graphics card. So if you watch the usage, my CPU would have went from like 80% CPU usage down to, I would probably say about 40. Yeah, it's kind of weird how it works like that, but it is how it works. I'll do a test later tonight. Maybe I'll switch out my graphics card. I really don't feel like doing it. I get sick of having to delete all my drives and then reinstalling them. No. Yes. See if I can kill these sons of bitches. Oh, nice shot. I have no idea. OBS never works for me properly, so I've never really tried it after. I don't know what's happening with my character there, standing like that and not having a face, but that's something. Yeah, OBS would use more of your CPU, and I don't think 6 cores by 6 threaded would be enough to basically feed that beast while running other programs. That's more of a Ryzen thing. That's the difference between an Intel and a Ryzen. Intel gets much better FPS at max settings when there's a decent overclock in comparison to pricing, and then Ryzen gets away with being able to do a lot more multitasking, rendering videos, doing multiple things while still being substantially good at gaming at a 70 to 75% average. So that's how come a lot of people pick Ryzen's over Intel. I use my GPU to record things on my CPU, and it doesn't really affect it whatsoever on Fortnite or Apex, because this graphics card has 6 gigabytes of VRAM, so I have 2 gigabytes dedicated for recording. Fortnite only uses 2, Apex uses 3 or 4, depending on what settings you have on. The only game that I can't really record on too well while playing on like max settings would be Mortihue. Everything else I'm pretty much solid to do. And then OBS would be a CPU usage rather than a GPU. Oh my god. Go away. Depending on what GPU you have, when you download drives like NVIDIA Experience or AMD, they'll come with NVIDIA Shadowplay, which is the recorder, and then AMD is Relive. You just have to enable them on your settings. I can't pull it up because you guys won't see it, but AZ for GTX, and then I think it's Control Alt R for recording on the AMD, and then you can set up to take on 1080, and you can stream and everything from that. The only thing you have that I personally have problems with that I can't figure out on an AMD card, trying to get this stream to YouTube doesn't work. Twitch is 100% perfectly fine. I can get 60 FPS at 1080, no problem all day, but for whatever reason, AMD doesn't let me sign on to YouTube. I don't know if anyone else has that problem, but at the moment, GTX 1060, but I'm gonna upgrade. The 1060 is more than doable. That's all. When I had my 1060, that's all I used.
It is white.
This kid's gonna be pissed that I left them, but here I'll see if I can pull it up and actually see it on screen. Here, I got a second. Just bear with me. NVIDIA Experience. Sorry, GeForce Experience. Gosh darn it. Clicked the wrong thing. There it is. Bear with me. Oh, you guys should be able to see it. Seeing if it actually comes up. Nope. Yes, you guys can. So you go over to your settings, just making sure that my stream actually keeps up with what I'm doing. And then you go down to here, in-game overlay, and you can go to your settings, and then set up your recording hub. I don't know if you'll be able to actually see this part. I'm pretty sure this will be blocked out. But you click that, and then you'll have connect, and then you connect to your YouTube account or whatever the hell you want to connect to, and it will say the last time it was logged in. But yeah, so just do that. And then you can set up your broadcast live of whatever you want. So I have it on 1080 HD, 60 FPS at 6 megabits per second. You could do Facebook, Twitch, and YouTube. You can also set up your shortcut keys. You can also set up your hub. So if you want, comments only work on Facebook, but FPS counter, like I got it set up top left, my recording there. and then my viewers over there. But you can actually set up like your webcam if you want it to be bottom left, and then the actual size of your webcam or no whatnot. So large, small, whatever, and then so on and so forth. Turn that off. I'm not wearing a shirt. I don't want to accidentally show a nipple. The entire world will go nuts. And then yeah, there's really not too much to it. It's incredibly easy to use and it's free. It already comes with your drives. You just have to enable it. Hopefully that makes sense. It's not quite good as OBS. The overlay thing, for instance, is pretty hard to set up. There are tutorials on how to do it, but if you just want something set up like mine, where I'm just recording and playing at the same time. Sorry, I had to burp. Recording and playing at the same time, and all you want is 1080 and blah blah blah, record your voice, then yes, it is good. If you want all that fancy stuff in the background, that's past the point of having your webcam hooked up, then OBS would be much better, but it will also take up more of your CPU. But if you have a Ryzen CPU, then I would definitely recommend you using OBS. If you have an Intel and you want to keep high FPS, I would definitely recommend using the Shadowplay. Hope that makes sense. See if I can kill these guys if they're still here. I don't think they are. I don't think I would ever go over 144 FPS. This is pretty much the only game that I can get substantially high FPS, but every other game I play, the highest I can possibly get is like 144, even on lower settings. Bumble. I never gonna be able to get me. I got one shot. Can I land it? Got him. Team of 4, no bullets. No problem. If I can just get one by himself, I can grab some bullets. Oh, I have even less bullets in this thing. Oh, sneaking. ignore me. God damn it. That did not go to plan. And there was 3 of them. I wasn't going to win. Okay, high five, 30,470. I would take a wild guess that the i5 3470 GTX 1060 3GB, if it is used, it's probably a refurbished PC from Dell or even what is it, ThinkPad. And basically people buy those off Amazon refurbished and then they rip them all apart and then put them into a gaming PC case and then put a decent graphics card and then a better power supply. So substantially, yes, it is quite good. Depending on the price. You can do that yourself, I would say, for probably about $350 to get RGB lights, a half-decent PC case, a half-decent graphics card, and a better power supply. So depending on the price that it is. If it's under 500 and it's already said and done, it's definitely worth it. If it's over 500, I don't think I would buy it. You can do it yourself for less. Oh, sorry, I didn't see that you actually wrote the price. 600. No. I don't think I'd do that. God damn it. Is by line technology. Would it be possible to send a link to the chat and then I can just pull it up real quick? Like a link to the website or whatever one you're actually looking at? Because there is this one that I posted not too long ago, maybe last night. It's nothing overly good, but it might be better. Just give me a second. Your channel. Home. See, for $600, I would recommend this. You do have the option because it's not an old motherboard. You can upgrade to like a Ryzen 5 2600 if you ever feel like doing it. And then you can take out the Ryzen and then sell it yourself for 50 bucks and then buy the better processor later down the road for, you know, the 100 or 120 that it might be by that time. With the one that you're saying, the i5 3470, it's kind of hard to come past a better processor later down the road. But I can still take a look at it. Like, if it comes with 16 gigabytes of RAM and like an SSD, it might be worth your while. I did not mean to put this down, but it could actually still be useful. Oh, dude, don't give me money. Aw. Don't ever give us money. Oh, now we freaking feel bad. Oh, god damn it, I didn't see that guy. Oh, so close. Alright. Done. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna try overclocking my CPU, and then try doing another stream.